Epic music time. Can I take stuff? Yeah, I can. Nothing there I want. Ladder. Nothing here. Computer terminal. Alright, Institute Central Network. View access log. Recent access. X324 validation. X657 validation. Error signal rerouted. I'm guessing that is me. What? Why is there a yellow barcode on the bottom of that?
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
Okay. Oh, the intubator. Alright. Well. Eject. What are we ejecting? I guess there's no point in really kind of skulking around. Ooh, I wonder what's in there. What are we ejecting? Is that where you hook up CO2? That's probably a camera. Why is there... Huh. Alright. They like their folders and pencils here. That, no, I don't. Okay.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression.
Okay.
Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Yeah, and that's the only reason I'm here. Oh, they like their cameras. U618. Well, there's nowhere else to go.
No use. Shuan?
Huh? Yes, I'm Shuan.
Shuan? Is that really you?
Who are you?
Shuan, it's me. I'm your mom.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Shuan, Daddy's gone, but I'm here. Mommy's here now.
What's going on? Father? Father!
Shuan,
Go away!
open the door.
Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Who is Father? Where is he?
Father? Father, help me! She's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Shuan. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Give me Shuan. The real Shuan. Right now!
I know. You've gone to such lengths to find him.
I'll make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, in the Institute. Closer than you think. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Shuan. I am your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality.
How would he know
And here I am,
that I learned
raised
that?
by the Institute, and now its leader.
They stole you. Kidnapped you. It wasn't right.
Right, wrong, irrelevant. It was necessary. The Institute believed humanity's future depended on it. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best
If you want the
example
perfect
thus far.
machine, why do you make them
A
human?
being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
Human synths? Really?
Human-like synths. A great distinction. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone.
Oh, the
Even in
wasteland's
their
up in DC,
attempts
son.
to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
And you've been down here the whole time?
I have. Yes. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
I don't expect you to understand or agree with the decision. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
What, you haven't eased it yet?
Your father. He never got to see you grow up.
Yes. What happened to him was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems what happened to him was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
You can't question what he said about your father, about how that's all crap. Collateral damage.
So, you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
But, director? Why you?
I was the most qualified for the position, obviously. I've lived my life within these walls, dedicated to science like every other member of the Institute. My hard work has paid off. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
You want me to stay here, in the Institute?
Yes, that is what I propose. Is it so hard to imagine? The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
Things are pretty terrible up there.
I've seen it myself. I know. That is why we are so committed to creating a better life for ourselves here. And it's a life that you can now
If I
be
disagree
part
or anything else, will I be
of. I
allowed to
simply
walk
ask that you
around
give the
freely?
Institute, me,
So,
a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
Are you sure you want this?
Yes, I am. It would benefit us both to work together.
All right.
Thank you. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them,
of course.
and then we'll discuss what comes next.
Shuan, about this synth.
You mean the child? It's a fascinating project, really. There are issues to be solved, of course, but we've made remarkable progress.
Why build it to look like you?
We've advanced the technology behind the synths to a point where this struck me as an interesting variation. A new angle, if you will. Modeling it after myself seemed only natural, with the Institute's records on my genetics and physiology. I'll make sure it's brought back online in the near future. You'll have an opportunity to interact with him further.
Why would I want an opportunity?
I'll admit I'm curious. As a parent looking for a child, looking for the younger version of me, what do you think? Do you think you could love him? Like you would a real boy?
That's a cop-out answer.
I don't need a synth. I found the real Shuan.
Yes, but not the Shuan you were looking for. In some ways, the synth is far closer to what you expected. I wouldn't claim to know everything you're feeling, but if in some small way the boy's presence can help, I hope you'll keep an open mind.
Why do you want me? Seriously, what? Is there a stim pack in there? Why would you want me? Is there anything
Sean?
else we could talk
Hello,
about?
Mother. Enjoying your time here.
Oh, it's been peachy. Okay, I don't quite want to go out there yet. Make announcements, I guess. Well, they like their battered clipboards and folders and pencils. Like how we have to verify it's a clean coffee cup. I have to ask, what's the point of this wall? It just seems like it's in the way. Isn't this pathetic? I've got, what, 800 stim packs. Hey, can you all cure my little mole rat disease? What? Okay, I don't want to... Yeah, this is about how it would feel if I stepped into this shower. Like, how do you get your arms above your head to even wash or anything? Man. Alright. Ooh, do we have a computer? It wasn't red. Conrad. Kellogg's occasional presence continues to unnerve the others. At first, I thought they were merely intimidated by his confidence and arrogance, or perhaps even afraid of the general being. Kellogg is, after all, a killer. But as I've continued to witness their reactions, gauge their sidelong glances, I've detected something else, something I probably should have anticipated: jealousy. Kellogg is a living memorial to a forgotten program. He is an augmented human being, a cyborg really, and the benefits he has received cannot be denied. But really, the scientists here could not care less about enhanced reflexes or greater combat efficiency. No, the cause of their envy is something more practical, more primal: his enhanced life expectancy. Just how long will Kellogg live if he passes naturally? However unlikely that may be. It's hard to say. He's already more than 100 years old, older certainly than any other human in the Commonwealth. His complete physiology has been altered. Perhaps he'll make it to 150, maybe even 200. Let the petty have their petty jealousies. Kellogg is a living testament to the ingenuity and superiority of the Institute. I take no small pleasure in knowing that may irritate him to no end. Status reports: Bioscience, Hydroponics Program, Functional, FEV Lab, offline. Why do you have an FEV Lab? I'm guessing that's gonna be where Virgil's desk is. Robotics, synth output nominal, production materials fully stocked. Advanced System, Child Synth project under quarterly review. Weapons diagnostics ongoing. Phase 3 behind schedule. Okay. SRB Director Zimmer still offline. Yeah. He's gonna be. Above ground operative terminated. Retention programs functional. Pattern recognition algorithms ineffective. Facilities power output maxed. Air water recycling systems functioning normally. Personal notes. Wait continues. AO can only confirm sightings outside Vault 111 and again in Diamond City sometime later. What that means, I'm not sure. Will we actually meet? Was this all for nothing? No, not nothing. I will have learned valuable things about myself, my past, either way. I cannot afford to let emotion get in the way. I must simply observe and record. From what I've seen, dude, you don't really have any emotions. I'm told Kellogg has gone offline. Strangely, I find myself thinking of Dr. Walker. He had such high hopes for Kellogg, such faith in the implants and what they could mean. I still regret eliminating that project, but I know where it would have led us. Walker was never shy about his goals, and too many others were starting to listen. In the end, I believe I was justified. The Institute was about preserving humanity, not some bizarre amalgamation of biology and technology. Okay. I started wondering if Dr. Walker was Virgil. What? Wait, whoa. Oh, okay. About to say, I was wanting to read something. I wasn't going to try to shut down sense or anything here. Start a war. What is this stuff? Are those like cameras way down there? Because there was one right next to the shower. Okay, so is the door upstairs? Is the door downstairs? Where are we going? Everyone is downstairs. Yeah. Everyone's still downstairs. That was... You just gonna hang?
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
It's an honor to have you
That's
here.
the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase-out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If
What are
ask
you
me,
doing?
They were built pretty well.
Huh, I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks again.
Of course.
Our technology must seem pretty advanced by your standards.
We're all looking forward to working with you.
Is that supposed to be insulting?
Doctor? They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking...
Most people
what was
aren't
it that
pansies
kept you
living
going all
underground.
that time?
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water, and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
With what? Yeah. I like that look on her face.
Absolutely.
Good to hear. It'll be a load off Shuan's mind. Take your time. Get yourself acquainted. There's a lot to take in. Plenty of things you won't find topside. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities division, I'm happy to discuss it.
Who built this place originally? Has it been here long?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of scientists. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old Commonwealth Institute of Technology.
Progenitors. Let me look
Over
that up
time,
online.
their sons and daughters dug deeper into the earth and built increasingly sophisticated habitats and laboratories. It's a process that's still going on today. Even now, we're digging out tunnels for new facilities and infrastructure. Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now. I hope I'm there to see it.
Yeah, hon, looking at your face. Why is everyone up now? They were down.